It sucks to have a mechanical issue when you're out riding. It sucks even worse when you don't have the tools to fix that issue. And it really sucks when you're in the middle of nowhere with all of these problems. Today on MC Garage, we talk about adventure motorcycle toolkit essentials. Breaking down on a motorcycle shouldn't happen too often, especially on the street with a well-maintained motorcycle. But when you get off the road and into the dirt, chances of things going wrong increase significantly. Not only are there more obstacles and hazards such as sharp rocks and sturdy trees waiting to twist and damage parts, but there's also the possibility of a tip over or a crash waiting around every loose and slippery bend. Being prepared for the eventuality of a mechanical, whether it's your fault or not, will give you the peace of mind to get out there and explore further and enjoy the ride while you do that. This weekend is Bonier's High Pipe Festival, and my Australian cattle dog Gracie and I will be attending on this Ural Gear Up. Ural has included just about everything you need for a trailside repair in the trunk. But what about when you've got space that's limited? I have a solid setup that I've refined over the years that I take with me on every dual sport and adventure ride, and that's covered me for every issue I've had. And believe me, I've had my issues. Usually it's caused by me throwing myself or the bike to the ground at high and low speeds. All this stuff will fit in a large hydration pack and will only add a little bit of weight to your back. First, the basics. Before you can fix your bike or fix your friend's bike, you might have to fix a rider. Always carry a first aid kit. Smaller motorcycle kits like this have just enough to render basic first aid. The goal is to stop serious bleeding, tend to broken bones, and take care of serious burns. I like to include Quick Clot inside of my first aid kit as well. Also, carrying some sort of satellite communication device is a solid plan if you're out of cellular range, which you should be if you're adventuring properly. There are multiple options out there from Spot and Garmin, but I've been using the Somewhere Global Hotspot. With 100% global coverage, it works everywhere that you can see the sky. It allows you to send out text messages, pin your location, and most importantly, it has a 24/7 SOS monitoring system. Now that we've got your personal safety covered, let's get down to fixing that busted bike. The most common trailside repair is gonna be a flat tire. I like to carry a plug kit for tubeless tires, but sometimes a plug can't fix that leak. So I also carry a tube. In a pinch, a 21-inch tube will work in smaller sized wheels, so that's what I always carry. I like CO2 cartridges to replace the air, and I always carry a cheapo air gauge to check the pressure. Electric pumps are nice to have when you've got the room, but I like everything in one bag, so smaller is always better. Tools are the next must-have, and this is where I seriously overpack. But this is because I ride a wide variety of bikes. The best plan is to nut and bolt your own bike and put those tools you need into a tool roll. I like a 1/4-inch drive ratchet and socket set as it's smaller and more compact, but don't forget an adapter to larger sockets for those big bolts and nuts. Also, make sure you have the proper wrench and sockets for removing the wheels for flat repairs. If nothing else, at least pack a crescent wrench. Also, make sure you throw in some tire irons. What about the essentials for repairing busted parts? Duct tape is always your friend. I make my own smaller roll as you don't need an entire roll taking up precious space in your bag. Safety wire and baling wire is a must and can reattach broken exhaust, broken bodywork, and all kinds of busted up stuff. One time, I actually finished a desert race after using baling wire and zip ties to hold the handlebars and clamps to the top triple clamp after a huge crash. JB Weld is handy and can save the day when you pop a hole in your crankcase or side covers. I also make sure I have a selection and change on hand, not to make a phone call, but to fill a big hole if I need it. Toss in a few common sized nuts and bolts with that change, just in case something rattles loose. I also like to keep a pair of work gloves in my bag, because you don't want to be riding around with gloves covered in oil, brake fluid, coolant, or gasoline. Ones like these Gorilla Grips have a non-slip palm and keep fluids off your hands. A couple pair of nitrile gloves balled up and thrown in your bag is also a good idea. And of course, don't forget a multi-tool. That's it for this episode of MC Garage. If you like what we're doing, hit the like button, subscribe, and share with all your friends. If you have any questions or comments, as always, put them down below, and we'll see you next time.